Hey guys, it's Brittany and welcome back to my channel. Or if you are brand new, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on your bell so you will be notified every single time that I upload. I upload every single week, numerous times a week. Every single week. And welcome back to part 3 of my series on my channel that's very recent about you guys, my subscribers' paranormal stories, where you guys send me your paranormal stories and I read them on my channel with your permission, of course, because if I didn't have your permission, I wouldn't be doing this. Sorry, and this outfit is very loud, so I don't know, is it ASMR? I don't know. So loud. So I am putting these videos in a playlist, my reading subscriber stories, and if you want to check out the playlist, if you've missed the past 2 videos, then I will leave it up above and also down below. So if you want to send me your paranormal story that you want me to read on my channel, then make sure you DM me on Instagram, which is at BrittanyCrab44. DM me your story. There's a lot. I mean, I'm not gonna say like I'm not surprised. There's a lot. Right now, as I'm filming this, there's so many stories, but this series is ongoing. It's just gonna keep on going because there's so many amazing stories and I want to include like everybody in this series. So don't be sad if your story has not made it in my videos yet. There's like hundreds, maybe even thousands of videos on the way. So just saying. So this first story comes from Caprina, and Caprina says, so here is my story. I was 12 at the time. I was asleep and I just woke up. I grabbed my phone and saw it was 3 a.m. I was facing the wall while laying in the bed. I felt something staring at me, so I slowly roll over. I look at the hallway and there is a woman with long black hair standing at the door to my parents' room. I'm frozen still. She's just standing there. I hear a faint rattling. It sounded like a doorknob. I looked down at her hand and saw she was turning the knob to my parents' room. She starts turning around. I'm freaking out. I'm so scared that I couldn't move. She looked me dead in the eyes. Her eyes were black. I was paralyzed in fear. She started walking towards me, and that's when I snapped out of it. I screamed as loud as I could, and my dad came running in there. I was just sitting there, staring at the door. He looked everywhere and found nothing. He told me to go back to sleep, but I couldn't. I stayed up all night and tried to see if she would come back. I'm 16 now, and she hasn't visited me since that day. It would be amazing to watch one of your videos and hear you talk about my experience. I love your videos and I'm never gonna stop watching. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Caprina. Thank you so much. That is my reaction to your story. What in the heck? First of all, I think, oh my God, it has to be sleep paralysis because you were paralyzed when you saw her, you couldn't move. But obviously when we are in so much shock and all this fear going through us, our bodies just freeze up because we don't know what to do. We're like a deer in headlights, right? But you said you woke up and it was 3. You reached for your phone. In sleep paralysis, you can't even move. So what in the heck, girl? That is like something out of The Ring. That is something out of The Grudge. That is one of the scariest things that I have ever read in my life. The fact that she was trying to get into your parents' room. Like what was she doing? That just gave me chills all over my body. So it sounds very much like sleep paralysis, but I don't think it was sleep paralysis because you could move, but then when you saw her and everything, you were in fear. That's literally something out of a movie. But thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm shook. I'm living though. Is that weird to say? Like, I'm sorry, I'm really effed up, but in the best way possible. But I just live. Like, I wish that happened to me, so I'm low-key jealous. Actually, high-key jealous. I'm sorry, I'm so weird. Oh my God. Thank you, Caprina. This next story comes from Sue. And she says, hello, my name is Sue. I'm one of your older subscribers. Thank you, that means a lot to me. I found your channel a couple years ago. I love the new series, Reading Subscriber Stories. Thank you, I'm loving it too. It's really fun for me. Ghosts have always been a part of my life. I wanted to share one of mine. This occurred when I was in middle school. My sister and I shared a room at the time. We would often stay up late talking. I looked out the window most nights. We lived on a quiet street, so most nights we saw nothing interesting. That night, however, we saw an older man walking down the street. Despite the summer, the man was dressed for winter. The night was warm, so this confused us. He had a red Fargo hunter-style hat, thick tan jacket, black gloves, dark blue jeans, black boots. His dog was a Scottish Terrier. They walked by the window, and my sister and I talked about how strange his attire was. Despite the late hour, it was still warm outside. We watched the older man walk past the neighbor's house. The house we lived at was near the corner, and we could see all the way to the other end of the block. About halfway up the block, the street turned towards a strip mall. We assumed he would go to the end of the block and turn. He had to live somewhere close. Just past the driveway, the man and his dog vanished. My sister and I looked at each other. We had a clear sight. Neither of us had taken our eyes off of him, but he was gone. I feel like you were meant to see this man and his dog. Like, I know that you said that you would look out the window most nights and nothing interesting happened, but you know what I mean? It's almost, I feel like when ghosts, spirits, well, I believe it's a spirit. If you saw him the whole time and then he just vanished, you didn't see him just turn a corner or anything. He completely vanished into thin air. That's so eerie though. Like, I'm just picturing it in my head, looking out the window, and you see a man walking by and then he just vanishes into thin air. Did you ever see him again? I mean, I'm assuming you would have told me if you saw him again, but did you ever see another man who looked similar to him in the neighborhood? I'm assuming not, but I'm just saying. But at the same time, like you said, he vanished, so obviously as a human we don't just vanish like that into thin air, you know? So that's really, that's very eerie, but I'm living. I love it. I wish that happened to me. Thank you for sharing your story. Okay, this next story is probably going to be the title of this video. This is so messed up. Like, it comes from Scott. Let me just read it to you guys. I read it and I just, whoa. So this is from Scott. I apologize if this is a bit long, but here it goes. All my life, I've felt drawn to the paranormal. Ever since I saw my first ghost at the age of 5, when I was going to the toilet, it was a little boy in a bed sheet, like someone pretending to be a ghost. I was the youngest of my family and had no younger brother or brother near my age, so I knew it couldn't be them or my sister. Fast forward quite some time later. I'm now an adult, and my sister recently met a lovely man. They were together for a while before he revealed he was a witch, and that somehow I was too. He's helped me learn more about this. One night with him, his friend, and my sister, we decided to use a Ouija board where we spoke to 2 spirits of which we knew were bad. One of them spoke to us all, but I didn't wish to speak with them as I had bad experiences with them and have always felt like they wanted to kill me. The second we spoke, they refused to respond to anyone at the board except me. He spoke to me and admitted he wanted me dead. This got me curious because everywhere I went, I could always feel someone following me, finding myself looking behind me. It didn't make me feel too strange as I've seen and felt many ghosts in my time. I got curious though, so using my pendant, I asked questions to find out if someone was following me. And after quite a few questions, I discovered that this spirit, let's call her Louise, she refuses to tell me her name no matter how hard I push. So I found out that Louise has been following me my whole life. Now at first I thought she was protecting me, but I then found out that she is evil and wants to kill me. But not just that, she's tried to. 4 times in my life. I could remember 3 times when I had bad injuries. One when I fell and hit my head on the toilet. Another when I almost drowned. And another that I can't recall now. After thinking, I remembered that it didn't feel like I slipped on the toilet. It felt more like I was dragged. To this day, I still don't remember the 4th time she's made an attempt on my life, nor when she may try again. I have other stories, but I felt this would be a good one to go with as a start. May talk about the young girl that followed me home from a haunted building, but I'm not sure. Not even sure if you'll see this or if you'll put it in your video. But either way, I love you and I love all of your content. From a brethren, thank you, Scott. Should have mentioned before, you can cut out any bits that seem irrelevant. Also, I literally only made this account just to message you in small hope that this makes it into a video. Well, Scott, this is in the video because this, when I read this, oh my god, sorry, I feel like my outfit is so loud. So clearly you are a spirit magnet. They follow you. There's something about your energy that they latch onto. This Louise, since she refuses to tell you her name, what the heck? You know what though? This is very common. It's more common than a lot of people think. Spirit attachment, bad spirits. The fact that you believe that they are trying to kill you, well, you got that response that he wanted you dead. The fact that they wanted to talk to you. You need to sage yourself. You need to sage your home. You need to say a prayer. You could even have someone come into your house and cleanse your house, help make this Louise spirit crossover. There's something not right with that. But if you truly feel that Louise is responsible for these incidents in your life, that is not good. People say that spirits can't hurt you, ghosts can't hurt you, but I'm a true believer that they can. And I've seen it happen to people. And people might think you're crazy to even think that they can hurt you, but they can. If they want to. Depends on how bad they are and their energy. But they can definitely hurt you. I know that feeling. At one location I was at, I felt a man behind me. And I might have said that in a video, probably did, but I'm just gonna say it again. I felt this man spirit. I knew it was a male standing behind me. And I knew that I was being protected that night, but I felt that this man wanted to hurt me. Like he wanted to hit me or something. That's what I felt behind me. So it's really fascinating how you just know. It's like telepathy without actually hearing them talk to you. You just know. I knew that there was this man behind me wanted to hurt me, but he couldn't because I was being protected by, I don't know, I was being protected by my angels or guardian or spirit guides or whatever. I was being protected that night, but this man wanted to hurt me. I could feel it. I felt his energy. I could like see him in my head. It was very weird. But it's so I'm just saying, like if you feel that way, then oh man, that's not good. You need to like call somebody to get rid of this Louise spirit. If you do not want her around, which clearly you don't, if you think that she is behind these incidents that have happened, like the drowning, that's not good at all. I think you're just a magnet for spirits. And then you were talking about how a girl spirit followed you home, and I don't like how she refuses to give you her name. I don't like that at all. That is seriously one of the scariest encounters I have ever heard in my life, but I've heard similar stories before. Usually when I meet viewers in person, they automatically tell me their ghost story, and I've heard a lot about attachments, bad spirits being attached to them, and I'm just blown away every time I hear it. But it's real, and it does happen, and it's scary. So I wish you the best of luck with this, and I hope that you can get rid of her or find someone to help you, to help her move on or go back to wherever the fuck she came from. All right, I'm gonna do one more story for this video. So this last story comes from Mia, and Mia says, Mia or Maya? I think it's Mia. So Mia says, when I was 9, I moved into a new house with my family. We were finally finished renovating the house. Oh, renovations is what causes spiritual activity. Comes out more during renovations. Mind you, this house is old, very old. The people who lived in the house before us never gave us too much information about the house, so maybe I was just seeing things. I was unpacking the things for my room and went to the bathroom to put my shampoos, etc. in there. I walked back out and into my room. Laying on my bed was everything I had just left in the bathroom. I quickly walked back to the bathroom and peered inside. As I walked in, I saw blood all over the glass of the shower. I froze and I couldn't move. I was suddenly completely unaware of my surroundings as some figure with no face or features in which I could not make out, walked out of the shower and past me, bumping my shoulder and into the hallway into my sister's room. I was then broken out of whatever trance I was in and rushed into my sister's room where she was also unpacking. Did you just see someone walk in here? I asked her in a panic. She gave me a look that said, "Go away, you weirdo," and replied, "No." "Why?" "Just follow me," I said. She threw her things down and followed me to the bathroom. There was no blood and the shampoos were there, just where I left them. But, she has in quotations, I turned back around and my sister was gone. It turns out she was never home. She was at her best friend's house, who she hadn't spoken to since primary school. I still avoid that bathroom at all costs. I'm 15 now. The feeling of negativity never left that room. And I've said this in so many videos. The bathroom of any home is literally the scariest part. People may say a basement or an attic. I'm telling you, the bathroom freaks me out. I have heard so many stories of weird shit happening in people's bathrooms. The fact that that wasn't even your sister talking to you, she wasn't even there, like what the heck? Girl, you were not just seeing something. This is too vivid to just hallucinate. This is way too vivid. The fact that you didn't get much information from the previous owners of the house, there's something that they didn't tell you, clearly. It's almost as if, this kind of reminds me of It, when Beverly's in the bathroom and she sees, you know, the blood everywhere and she's the only one that can see it and nobody else can. It's almost like you were having a vision of what happened in that house. Since you don't know, since the previous owners didn't tell you, but seeing all that blood, but then seeing that person with no features, I just see Slender Man in my head. I can see this perfectly in my head, and it's messed up. But it's like you were having a vision, and you felt that you were in a trance, so it's like a movie. You were seeing something that happened previously at that house. And there's a reason that the owners didn't give you much information, and they should have. But you said it's a very old house. And then the fact that when this was all over and you snapped out of the trance, there was no blood in the bathroom. That is so, it just reminds me of It. Like, it really reminds me of It. I think if you can, you need to find out more information about the house and what actually happened. Because there's no other reason for you to experience that other than something similar like that happened there previously. You know what I mean? That's kind of too out there to just have a vision of that, you know? You really need to figure out what happened. I mean, if you want to, you don't have to. I completely understand why you would avoid the bathroom, but I'm telling you, bathrooms have like a portal or something because of the mirrors and, you know, the whole mirror world and my reflection and all that. And it's just, bathrooms are so creepy. I swear, they're the creepiest part of anybody's home. I don't care how nice it is, how, you know, luxurious it looks. It's creepy as heck. So those are the stories for this video. So like I said, if your story has not made it into my videos yet, please do not panic. Please do not get upset. This series is ongoing. There's so many amazing stories that you guys have been sending me, so I'm so excited to read them and I'm so excited to share them in my videos. Thank you so much for sending them in, and if you haven't sent yours in, then make sure you DM me on Instagram, which is at BrittanyCrab44. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.